And we are live. Welcome to the Heart and Hope Medicines Podcast, episode 20.
20, 20, 20,
So we
20,
usually
20.
have somebody to for 20 or for each number.
We,
Who do you
who you
have?
got? I got a few.
Nah, it's on you. This is what you
No,
do.
me.
Yeah, this is what you do.
Man, we got John Barry. We got Allen Houston. We got Ray Allen. We got quite a few people, bro. Leandro Barbosa when he was on the Raptors, he was number 20. It's a
We're
lot of
not
stuff.
gonna we're not gonna do him like do that twice.
Yes, we can. We can do that. It's fair.
The only time
Yeah.
Loren,
All
I
right,
can't
this
even say
is
his name. The only time he mattered was for real
for
on the
Phoenix.
Suns.
I could accept that, but we gotta say this. I know you don't like the football stuff, but we gotta put
Barry
Barry Sanders
Sanders.
in there. We
All
have
right, I take it. I take it because we from
to.
the D, and Barry Sanders was the man. I
Facts,
take it. I
facts.
take it. That's
Oh,
on
one more.
me.
It's another football. Ed Reed. That's my guy.
Oh, Ed Reed
Forever
was
and
my
ever.
dog.
Forever and ever.
Ed Reed was my dog. That was my brother's favorite player.
That's my favorite player too. Straight
But
up.
yeah. All right, let's get to it.
Yo,
So
episode 20.
episode 20.
Yeah.
So on you said what?
I said, what's our topic today? You tell the people what our topic is today.
Well, I tried to think of a cool topic. I might think of a cooler topic, but we're gonna talk about my first fight.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, we need the background. Yeah. We gotta do it ourselves until we get there, it'd be like that. Yeah, so my first fight was June 18th. So this is of course after the fight. We didn't get to recap it. So this is our recap for it. So yeah, my boy gonna be asking me some questions and we're gonna just be talking about the fight and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna correlate that with with God, because
Big facts.
that's what we do.
Yes,
We
sir.
fight for the kingdom. You feel me?
All right. So, I want to give people a little bit of background. So, let's go back to the beginning. Like, what made you choose boxing? Like, what was it that attracted you to boxing? In general, like you say, it was a part of it was you needing to release like anger or stress or whatever, just to make sure that you didn't hurt nobody else. Was fighting something that you did with other people prior to choosing boxing?
No. I wasn't like I didn't get into many fights. Uh like I said, I started boxing as I always like working out, so I started boxing and then it would help me just to basically not be so mad. I was an angry kid. Like I
Yeah.
had anger problems. Like I would flip like this. Like I won't say that it was like that I had a short fuse.
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong, it wasn't nowhere near now, but it wasn't like the shortest fuse. It was like somebody had to do something to me and then I had to it was like a react thing.
Yeah.
So I pretty much started boxing just because I first thought it was cool, and then I wanted to be able to who don't want to hit something like a whole heavy bag, who just don't want to punch it, whatever like that. So I started to release my anger that way, and then I started to like the sport. Like I started to really enjoy the art, and
Yeah.
and like if you like me, when you start to do something, you want to get good at it. Like
Yeah.
I never want to remain the same at anything. If we podcasting, we're doing like I never want to remain the same because I feel like if you remain the same, what are you doing? Like,
Facts.
like,
Facts.
like,
Facts.
there's no reason why you should be at the same position you were last year, or like you every day you should get better. Like that's how I feel.
I agree.
So so I was like, all right, oh, this is cool, and I just started to just study it and just do it. But at first I thought that I thought about actually doing it, like getting trained and things like that. But then fear would stop me from doing it because I'm like, I would look like, first of all, a lot of these kids done been doing it since they were 10 and 7 and
Yeah.
15, like at the latest 15, 16, 17. Like, I'm freaking 25, 20. At that time I was like 23 or whatever like that. So I was like, nah, I don't think that's smart or whatever like that.
Hmm. So what like what take me through your thought process because you could have chose a bunch of different avenues. Like you said you started it when you started boxing when you was 23, right? Or you started before that?
Well, I really don't. All right, so I started hitting the bag when I was probably like, I was just like 20, around like 2015, which was, um, what was I, 22, 23, probably 20, yeah, around that age. But I don't know if I can really count that as like, oh, this is exactly when you started because I was
Yeah.
just hitting the bag. You feel me? I didn't have
Hmm.
no
It wasn't
training or anything
organized,
like
right?
that.
Yeah.
So I don't know when to actually truly count it. So
Yeah.
now I count it like I'm like, all right, well, I started to, you know, do it at
Take
20.
interest in it at that time.
Yeah, but I didn't really start to really do it until like 20, till I turned 25 and got a trainer and really,
So
got into it.
what was the difference between the time you was 21 or 22 and the time he was 25? Because the mindset is still there. Like people been doing this from since the time they was. Some people been doing this since they was like 6,
Yeah.
and here I am, 25 years old, and just jumping into sport. What was the difference? Like what changed from that point to the one that you came to?
Well, my confidence changed. And because yes, some people may have started before you, but when you know yourself and know how dedicated you are and how I always been able to grasp stuff quick. Like it never took me a long time. Like
Yeah,
after I work on it, I'm a solve the puzzle and then I'm just keep moving forward. So I always was able to advance quicker,
yeah,
So especially if I loved it, like only if I enjoyed it, was I to advance quicker. Like
yeah,
during school, if I didn't care, I wasn't going to advance. Like I was just going to
yeah.
chill. But if I actually enjoyed it, I was going to be like do 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 do. So um, I seen that. I was like, all right, well, I'm actually grasping certain things, whatever, like that.
Yeah.
And then you don't know until you get put in the ring, until you start sparring and stuff like that. That's when you know. You can hit the heavy bag all day, but when it's another person coming at you, it's a little different. So I started to see that, I could hold my own. You feel me? And I was, sparring against people that had way more experience than me, of course, and then they were bigger than me and things like that. So it was just me just growing up in a sense and realizing the gift that God has placed inside of me. Just figuring it out. Like, all right, well,
Right.
you got a natural gift. It's you got a natural gift and you have good discipline and you work hard. You feel me? You're willing to push yourself uh past your limit. You feel me?
Yeah. And is it safe to say like your relationship? Because when you started, you didn't have a relationship with Christ. Like,
Facts.
and as you got older and your relationship with Christ developed, it became that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me type of thing. Like, because
Facts.
even relating it to myself, like with music, like I always wanted to do music, but I was the same thing. Like I always was singing behind people who were just extraordinarily talented, gifted where music and singing was concerned. And I recognized how young they were. Like some of the people that I was singing with started singing when they was 2 years old.
Yeah.
And here I am, 19 years old, just now trying to to start something new. But the older I get, the more I get that what people like to call, for lack of better terms, confidence. Like to God,
Yeah,
I can do anything, and God really shows to you and reveals to you who you are through Him, and that contributes to a lot of us. Like you're never too. It's never too late. Like
facts.
that's what understanding who you are in Christ leads me to. It's like you're never too late because you get to that thing where you got dreams when you growing up. For me, it was always my dream. I always wanted to be a recording artist. I always wanted to sing. I always wanted to make music. And I always had in my mind, like, dang, I want to be the youngest to do this, the youngest to do that. But when time started elapsing and I wasn't able to be the youngest to do this, X, Y, Z, then my confidence in it went further and further down. But as my relationship with God began to grow, it was like, it's never too late. You're never too old. And I just started likening my my life to Jesus. Like Jesus was 33 when ministry
Yeah,
truly began. So
yeah. When you start talking about how it being too late, like in your mind, maybe thinking it's too late and things like that, it kind of remind me. What's the couple that had the baby? Was that I'm talking about from the Bible, the couple that had the baby and
oh,
she
Abraham and
left.
Sarah.
You
Abraham and Sarah.
Abraham and Sarah. Sorry, I ain't on point, but yeah, I know my boys
Yeah,
gonna be
you
on point.
good. You good.
Uh, but yeah, Abraham and Sarah. Like it kind of remind me of that because in our logic, we like she like, no, I'm too old. Like
Yeah.
she laughed. I'm
Facts.
gonna have a baby. Nigga, what?
Facts.
So so it's like that's how we think. Like, hold on, like what? Do this?
So
Like
what you talking about?
so like how So but the thing is, when God works differently than the way we work. God
Facts.
don't have no time frame. God, like, when I choose to use you, that's when you gon' take off. You feel me?
Facts.
So it's like, and then the thing is, God don't want it to be ordinary, because if it's ordinary, if you've been doing it since you was ye old, like, you may think you doing it in your own power. Like, you may
Facts.
think it's you,
Yeah.
but it's certain things that God has to. This is all me. Like, my hand is on you. This is the reason why you're advancing so quick. So long
Yeah.
as you continue to give me the glory, you're gonna continue to advance. But the moment that you continue to be like, the moment that you take your eyes off me and think that this is you, that's the moment you're gonna fall. Pride
Facts.
comes before the pride comes before the fall.
Facts. So you talked about getting in the ring and sparring with people who got more experience, who was bigger. What was that like? If you had one at all, what was that like? Aha, that aha moment, like I can do this moment. Like, if you could pick one, which one was it?
Um. Well, I don't know if it was like basically because I would have up and down type sparring for me. Like, to me,
Mhm.
up and down, because you got to think sometimes when you just starting something, you are somewhat sensitive in a
Yeah,
way of like
to
you can
criticism and
either
stuff.
yeah, you can be like you can beat yourself up, and I find myself beating myself up when I'm not like able to, all right, let's say I'm not landing or how clean I want to land, whatever. So I beat myself up and they're like, good job. I'm like, I don't think I did good, whatever, like that. But it takes somebody from the outside, like your trainer, telling you, hey, no, you getting better. You whatever, do this, do that, do that. And I started to realize that I'm in class.
Yeah,
Like, I started to realize my coach is here not to point out the things that I'm doing good, but the things that I'm doing bad. Yeah,
yeah,
he gonna point out certain things that I'm doing good, but mostly he's gonna try to get me to not make mistakes. You feel me? Get me to do it and not drop my hands and not whatever do certain things that will cost me. So it's like I started to realize, hey, Brandon, this is his job. Don't beat your don't beat yourself up, because he's coaching you. It's his job to tell you this and this and that and that. So I felt like my mindset changed. I was just like this is training. You supposed to mess up. This is where you mess up. When you mess up here, then and get the answer, then when it comes to the ring, you good. You're able to hold your own. You're able to do certain things. You may be able to make adjustments. So I had to realize, like, because growing up, I never liked criticism.
Yeah.
I never like to be critiqued and things like that because I was insecure. So
Yeah.
the moment people would try to critique me, I would like lash out. Like I would get mad, like, oh, they hating, like whatever, like that. You feel me? Because I'm immature and I'm insecure. You feel
Yeah.
me? So I was just like, so I started to grow up. I started to realize like, no, they not hating. Like they point out, and there's certain things that you can take. Like I learned to take certain things and just, all right, well, I'm gonna add this to the backpack as a something to put that extra chip on my shoulder. You feel
Right.
me? It's something to motivate me. Whatever. Oh yeah, they think you too small. Whatever they say, you too small. Then why you too small to box? You too whatever. Like, oh okay, bet. Oh, you can't hit. You
So I'm gonna
smart
show
because
these fools.
whatever. Like I'm like, all right, you gonna see, and you gonna be
Right.
like, oh dang, like you feel
Right.
me? So it was just that, like, all right, yep, okay, I'm gonna add that to my chip. All right,
Yeah.
cool, whatever, like that. So I started to really like understand. Like, so I won't say that it was a exact moment where I was like, oh yeah. But I think every day I realized that every day I didn't like quit or whatever
Yeah.
like that. I was like, all right, yeah, I got this. Cause mentally, I tell you, boxing is the hardest sport ever. Like, and I'm not even, and I guess you can say because I haven't done every sport, that's hard to truly say. But for me
You
personally,
know it down. Yeah.
I just feel like the mental aspect, the mental aspect, you getting punched in your face, you getting punched in your stomach, you getting punched. You got the mental aspect of you about to fight, whatever like that. You got to battle your own fear, your own doubt, your own thing, whatever like that, and then just pushing through. Like you be tired, like it be
Yeah.
hard, like so it's draining physically and mentally.
So I want to
So
go. I want to go back to something that you said. You said I didn't like criticism, but I learned that that's his job, and it just made me think about immediately. Like the closer that your relationship gets with Christ, like it's Christ's job to to reveal to us our flaws and reveal to us the things that are not like Him.
facts.
And I don't think it's I don't think it's by happenstance or by coincidence that that was one of your issues in that your relationship with Christ was growing and developed because it's just one of those things. Like as you got older, you realized how much something something really mattered, like or how much you really needed something in your life. Like when you was younger, you used to lash out for the critique, but now that you're older, you understand the value of the critique. And I think
Man,
you can attribute that to your
sheesh.
relationship with Christ because we go before Christ and we say things like, make me more like you, take me from faith to faith to glory. And that's a part of what that is. God showing you yourself in that mirror, like the Holy Spirit saying, yo, you was out of pocket when you said that. You was out of pocket when you did that. And
Facts.
instead of you getting pissed off, because there's nothing you could do. You can't beat up God. You can lash out at God. You can try to lash out at God, but it's only going to hurt you in the long run. So, and you having that, building that steady relationship with Christ in the way that you have, it has kind of taught you how to accept the criticism and take it and use it as something to continue to grow and develop. So,
Facts. That's a fact. That's man. I love the way that you pointed back to that. Because that's a fact, bro. Like before, the way I see things was totally different than now.
yeah,
Like even the reason why I wasn't able to be successful in basketball and things like that, I couldn't really take criticism.
yeah,
I couldn't like I couldn't take it in a healthy way. And like my relationship with Christ definitely helped me because the thing is, you're vulnerable. And a
yeah.
lot of us males do not like to be vulnerable,
Mm-hmm.
So it's when you're being critiqued and things like that, it makes you vulnerable,
Yeah,
whatever like that. So I had to learn that if I want to be great, if I want to succeed in this life, then I have to be vulnerable. You
Yeah.
know, I have to let God, pick and go through and teach me the what I should do, how I should do, when I should do it. So it's definitely uh, one of them tools that's needed.
It's
This
even crazier because you speaking about the vulnerability, like there's vulnerability in boxing too, because in basketball, if something goes wrong, you can blame somebody. But in boxing, if something goes wrong, you can't blame nobody but yourself. You can't blame your coaches. You can't blame nobody. Like you are the person in that ring by yourself, and it's the same way in your relationship with Christ. If your relationship don't develop, that's not on nobody but you. You have
fact.
to be the one to take the time and run those miles, or wake up early for prayer, or spend time reading the Word. Like it's on you. It ain't on nobody else but you. So that vulnerability, like that thing is important, man. It's super important because yes, God already knows, but it's about confession. Like God has given us free will. He's not gonna force you to do anything. He's given us
Hmm.
the ability to choose. So why in relationship would he take your ability to choose by just knowing your thoughts and accepting your thoughts and that's it? No,
Facts.
he wants you to decide. I'm tired of this. I wanna do better. I wanna move forward. So he wants you to decide to say, God, I need your help with this. God, I need your help with that. So all right, I got something else. So um was there a moment leading up to your first fight that you kind of doubted yourself? Or was there ever any uncertainty leading up to the fight?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing is, I try not to focus on it. You
Yeah,
feel me? Because I put in a lot of work. You feel
yeah.
me? Like I wasn't able. I wish I was able to record all of the training that I was doing.
Hmm.
But I couldn't. You know, but I hope to be able to, and I will be able to. Get more footage and stuff like that because people see the end product, but people don't know what you had to go through.
The work.
They don't know. They wasn't in the gym with me when I was going through when it was 80, 90 degrees,
Yeah,
sweating, arms tired, arms burning, arms feeling like they about to fall off. And I gotta push through. I got another round. There wasn't in me sparring with somebody coming after me and I'm dead tired. There wasn't in me, wasn't there when I have to, all right, I gotta cast fear down before I spar. I gotta cast this down before I do this. You
right,
feel me? I have to, I'm tired, coming from work, get this amount of sleep, then gotta go to the gym and read and do it again and do it again. Now you gotta run 6 miles, now you gotta run this many miles, like constantly, so what helped me was the fact that I know I put in the work. You feel
yeah,
me? So the fact that I knew I put in the work, that's what kind of gave me that confidence. But still in that, you have somewhat doubt because you like it's just you just have to choose to just you got to it's a battlefield. You feel me? Your
yeah,
mind is a battlefield. So you have to choose to go against that doubt. Like, nah, I'm ready for this. Nah, I'm ready for this. Coach not gonna put me in there if I ain't ready.
yeah,
You gotta dig down. You gotta know that, I'm a dog. Like, you feel me? You gotta
yeah.
have people around you to encourage you. You feel me? So most important thing is the people around me. My homie Brendan, uh, he encouraged me. He didn't, box before and stuff like that. So hey, bro, whatever like that. My homie, TJ, TJ or Darman, same name, whatever. He encouraged me. He boxed and stuff like that. You encouraged me. EC encouraged me and things like that. My coach encouraged me and things like so. That's really important to me. So of course I had doubt, but um I had enough encouragement to go forward. You feel me?
That's what's up.
And then also, yeah, you can be encouraged by others, but you have to have it within inside yourself
Yeah,
because people may not know that you need encouragement. You feel me?
facts.
People may see you on the outside and be like, "Oh yeah, he got this, he confident, whatever like that." But they might not know that you have to. that you feeling the type of way. You feel
Yeah.
me like that? So you have to have it within yourself. Oh yeah. At the end of the day, it's too many people for me. I love pressure, bro. Like I love pressure and I don't like pressure at the same time. It's weird. You feel
I get
me?
it. I get it.
It's like I need it. I need it to really, do
Push you.
my best to
Yeah.
push me,
Yeah.
whatever like that. But it's like it's kind of somewhat like
It
it's
can be
pressure.
overwhelming at times.
You
Yeah.
feel me? It's like, you
Yeah.
know, you it's like, for instance, I had about 20 people on it. About 20 people at the fight. 20, 20 people at the fight. Feel me?
That
My
came to
first
support you solely.
came to support me solely. Came all the way to Kalamazoo. First of all, that's one thing that I do not take lightly. You feel me? I don't. That's the thing about, like, it's crazy to me how much people support you. You feel me? Like, I kind of grew up and to me it wasn't that much support for what I wanted to do,
Yeah.
but ever since I came into Christ, like, I can pretty much do anything long as it's aligned with God's will. Then the support gonna come. You
Right.
feel me? Like, people will be like, hey, yeah, whatever like that. So I didn't have to beg people, hey, yo, can you, I just, hey, here a date, whatever like that. And people were excited to whatever. And I'm just like, hey, y'all, they get me amped because they excited. Oh, we can't wait for your fight. I'm like, bet. Yeah, you feel me? I'm gonna give you exactly what you
What you
think you're
came
gonna
to
get.
see, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a show, like whatever like that. So I that always, like, I love that fact, like, that people don't realize how important that support is. You feel me? Because it's in the moments where you in that battle that you need to see your people on the side. You
Yeah.
need to see your army. You feel me? You
Right.
need to see your
Right.
army who going to battle with you. Yeah, they can't step in this ring, but they can pray for you. They
Right.
can sit there and cheer you on. They can give you energy when you don't feel it, like
Right.
when you tired, whatever like that. So I think just that just having them people having that pressure on me, it just felt good. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like, all right, yeah, I'm like, nah, ain't no way I'm getting beat up.
I'm not
Like, I'm
losing.
sorry, bro. Like, if anything, we gonna be scrapping. Like, I refuse to. I refuse for them to see me get beat up. Like,
Right.
that's not like,
I
I
feel it.
put in too much work to allow for
Lose.
you to whatever like that. So
Facts.
yeah, so I
So
forgot exactly what your question was, but yeah, that was kind of a rant. But yeah,
cool.
basically, I don't know, that pressure. I love it. Like, I I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy just being able to show people. You feel me? Like, yeah,
This is what I worked for.
this ain't no fluke. I said exactly what I was gonna do and I did it. You feel me?
Yeah.
It, like, this is, and just prove to other people, like, just
I can
encourage
do
other
this,
people. You
man.
feel
Yeah.
me?
You can do this. Yeah.
You can do whatever you put your mind to and put the time to. You can do it. You
Hey.
feel me? Especially if God hand is on you. Like, if God hand on you, bro, don't even worry. You put the time in, you put the time in, you put the mind to it, and God hand on you, you Gucci. You ain't got
Hey.
nothing to worry about.
So I got this leads me into my next question. Early in the fight, it looked like he was about to stop dude.
Yeah.
And then after you didn't stop him, how deflating was it? Like, because I know that first round is like pure adrenaline. First fight, first round, I'm about to end dude right now. And then when you didn't stop him, how did it deflate you? Did you have to find some like extra motivation? Like, how did you feel during that moment?
All right, so this was the game plan. My coach. So the way we train to get knockouts. We train to hit every shot is hard, pretty much. Even it don't necessarily have to be the hardest, but because we naturally are trained to throw hard, we throw hard. That's just like, it could be a jab, a little whatever. What you may think not that hard, but if you have been training that way, it's gonna be hard. Like
Yeah.
whatever like that. So we train hard, no matter if you tired or not. You tired or not, your power can't. It's not supposed to leave. You
Right.
feel me? You gotta continue to keep the power. So um, what my coach would say, we going for the knockout. Like because first of all, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Dude, as y'all can see, dude was bigger than me, whatever like that.
A
But
lot bigger.
yeah, he was probably
That
I want to
dude's
say he
160,
was
bro.
yeah, he
Easy.
was. I ain't gonna say he was 160. He was in his 40 to 140, probably mid 40 or high 40, whatever like that. But the thing is, I spar people that were bigger than him and stuff
Right.
like that. So I wasn't that didn't matter to me or whatever like that. So and then I don't like I just think sorry I have enough. I just think the power that I have is not I have more power than my weight class.
Then
So
what
I'm
they
able to
thought,
I feel like I have enough power to compete with those people who are way bigger than me.
right.
So I'm like, all right, I ain't really worried. And we got tens on. I'm used to training in 16 ounces, 16
Oh
ounce
yeah.
gloves. We got tens on. My hands, I'm gonna hit way harder.
Very
Like
fast,
you
right?
feel me? Way faster, way harder, whatever like that. So um my coach tell me right before the fight, like you just have to. I'm focused. I'm listening to music. I'm focusing. I'm dialing in. I'm ready, getting ready. Right before the fight, my coach start talking to me. He's like, "Yeah, we come up with this. Don't like we're going for the knockout. We going." So I'm pumped. Like he, in a sense, pumping me up, get my adrenaline running, and whatever like that. I'm about to go. My mind's I'm about to go hurt him. Like I'm about to get in there. If I don't hurt him, he gonna hurt me. Whatever
Right.
it is, what it
Right.
is. It's a fight. You feel me? Ain't no time to be nice. Ain't no time to whatever like that. So I came out and I came straight to him. As you'll see, I came straight to dog. Boop 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 boop. Whatever like that. And I was trying to get him up out of there because the thing is, my coach said we not. It don't it doesn't do anything to do these rounds. You feel me? It don't help to you might take more punishment by you doing them extra rounds. If you
Fact.
can get him out of there, then get him out of there because you don't want it to bite you in the butt because you couldn't get him out of there when you had a chance to.
Mhm.
So I went out and I tried to get him out of there. When I hit him, he was just doing a little wobbly leg, whatever like that. And I put some stuff on him, whatever like that, and he was able to stand up to it, whatever. Like, but I could tell that I was hurting him, so that's what gave me that confidence. I knew I could hear when I dig to his body. I knew, like, I could see when you get hit. It's a like I can see how your body shift. If I'm able to
Yeah.
shift your body, I know that, like, yeah, that one hurt it. Like, and if
Yeah.
I feel like I connected strong, I'm be like, yeah, you felt that one. Especially if this is my right hand. I know dang well that I'm like, yeah, sorry, bro. Like, so after that, I was like, dang. I was like, dang, I couldn't get him out of there, whatever like that. So now, shoot, yeah, I'm tired, whatever like that. But um, it's a fight. Like it's round two. We got another round, whatever. And I know he not just going. As I could see from the first round, I knew he wasn't gonna just roll over. You feel me?
Right.
Because there's some people can get hit with that same stuff I'm throwing, they gonna roll over.
Right.
So and he had like 3-4 fights or whatever like that. This is my first fight, so he had the experience. He knew how to survive and things like that.
Right.
But I knew um mentally that I had him. Why? Because he did a lot of like talking and trying to get me off
So
my
you
game
off your
and things
game,
like
yeah.
that. But I'm gonna tell y'all this: my homie Jarman, um, the way he the way he trains me, I mean the way when I spar him, he got way more experience than me, and he about to turn professional soon. He talk a lot. In the fight, he talk a lot. Like while you sparring, he'll talk junk. Oh yeah, you about to throw a double jab and then I'm gonna count like whatever like that. He just talking junk, whatever like that. Which in sparring, it would low key throw me off because like you trying your hardest to get him. You just making you mad because you like, man, dog, I'm trying to hurt him, whatever like that. Stop talking, whatever
Yeah.
like that. But it conditioned me for the fight. I knew that I could see through what dog was doing. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, I already seen somebody talking junk while I'm sparring, whatever like that. My homie talked for the whole for whole 9 minutes, like like so I'm like, I already know what that is. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, he just trying to, I didn't pay it no mind. It didn't make me mad. It didn't really get to me. I'm just like, shoot, I'm about to come at him, whatever like that.
Right.
So in that, I just had to dig for the rest of the fight. I just had to dig. I still landed some hard shots, whatever like that, but I
Right.
had to rely on my boxing skills. You feel me? I had to
Yeah.
rely on my jab. If my coach stresses jab, like I didn't throw a million jabs. You feel me? So if anything, I know that I got a jab. You got to keep somebody off of you or whatever like that. You got to, score and things like that. So
Mhm.
um, I just relied on my jab and had to just push it out. Tired, whatever. I just had to push it out. I just had to dig. That's where you really see where your dog at, like whether you can push through adversity or whatever like that. But um, he was definitely tough because like I said, I hit him with some clean stuff,
Facts.
and he was, he was moving like
Bouncing
as
all
far
over
as
the
like
ring.
yeah, bouncing all over the place, but he ain't go down. You feel me? So I give him props on that or whatever like that. But he definitely was bigger than me. I don't think he was stronger than me personally. Like I think I was stronger than him. From the look of it for sure. Cause he didn't want I could move him and things like that. He wasn't like overpowering me or
Yeah.
anything like that. So and that just because somebody bigger than you don't mean they stronger than you,
Facts.
whatever like that. So, but yeah, I definitely I had to push through. I had to push through. My nose was I had a little blood on my nose or whatever like that. But you know, it happens. But
Yeah.
I had to
So
dig down.
what would you say your biggest takeaway from fight one was? Like what's the biggest lesson that you learned from being in there the first time?
Like honestly, it was I had to prove to myself that I belong. Like that was me proving to myself because you can say, yeah, I box, but I don't believe you're a boxer until you step in that ring. You
Yeah.
feel like so it was like I had to show that I belonged. I had to prove to myself that I belong. It wasn't about me proving to other people or whatever like that. It was about me proving to myself that I belong. So with my coach knew, and the thing was, um, my coach had enough confidence in me to put me against somebody bigger than me or whatever, and with way more experience than me. He was like, he was like, your family there. You got to get a fight in, and if you do it, so it was like kind of like I felt like that a confidence booster for me, and could have been
So
a confidence.
wait. That dude that you fought wasn't the dude that you were supposed to fight originally?
I didn't have a
You
like
didn't
you. Yeah, you don't know who you gonna. I don't know who they was arranging, whatever like that, but you don't really
that
know it
wasn't him.
until you weigh in.
Ah,
Like
okay.
when you weigh in and figure out your weight, that's when they can kind of like they have all right. As long as you come in this weight, we should have somebody for you. But until you weigh in
Oh,
and get your exact weight,
so it's
then
like an invitational type of situation.
yeah, they don't know if everybody gonna show up or anything like that. So after I weighed in, they put guy against me and things like that.
Yeah.
Um, so yep. So I didn't really, but yeah, the biggest takeaway, and then also I think after the fact, I had went to the locker room and I was changing everything like that, and dog was in the bathroom and he was like throwing up like crazy, and I was just like, dang, you
Bro,
feel me? So
yeah.
I was like, oh, you straight? Like, bro, you good? He's like, I think I drank too much Powerade, whatever. I was like, yeah, okay,
Hey,
but
how much confidence does that give to see your opponent who is too tough, too stubborn to go down, but then after the fight is in the bathroom, throwing up his life? Like, How much confidence did that give you as a fighter? Like, yo, I could do this for real, for real.
Man, yeah, like I was like in a moment, I was like, oh, let me just make sure he like, I mean, you like you straight, like just seeing if you're right,
Right.
whatever, like that. But after that, I was just like, with all the crap he was trying to talk and the fact that he was bigger than me, he had more experience than me. I was like, yeah, the power's real. Like, I don't care. I
So
was
this
like, I
nigga
don't
trying to
care.
whoop niggas, boy.
I don't care. Like, I don't care how big you are. Like when I start to land on you, it's gonna hurt. Whatever like that. Like I'm going. If you don't go down, I'm gonna break you down somehow. Whatever like that. And what my coach had said, like he told me if I would have came out and boxed him, that I probably wouldn't have won just because he has more experience than me. But he was like, "What you when you came out hard, he wasn't expecting that. It completely threw him off.
Yeah,
He's not gonna think that somebody gonna come out that hard and you know
that's
throw.
facts. Because watching the fight, he looked super disoriented after he
Yeah,
came out like that. Like he didn't know what to do at all. And it
yeah,
wasn't until like you said, you start getting a little tired that he
hmm
started feeling a little bit more comfortable. Like you could see him getting a little comfortable. But by that
hmm
time, it was already too late. He had took too many punches to even get
yeah.
back and win the fight. So
Yeah, he was like basically my coach was like you took a lot out of him in the first round that yeah he was in a sense a shell of himself after that. Like yeah he could try to do something but he don't have enough, them body shots, them head shots, he don't have enough to really, go forward or whatever
right,
like that. And then also the fact that, you still their basics and stuff, you can jab or whatever like that, because even it was funny, uh EC had pointed out, he was like, man, you hit him with a jab, dog have went back, like whatever like that. But I was like, basically because of the training that I had, I knew I could, that was my fallback, you feel me,
yeah,
like, so
firm
like,
foundation.
you feel me, so that like,
Yeah,
so yeah, the fact of what you choose to put inside of you, what you choose to prep yourself, will, like, it's gonna come into play. Like
yeah,
if you choose to pray all the time and getting your word and things like that, it's gonna come into play when you get challenged. The moment you get challenged, whatever is inside of you is gonna come out.
yeah.
So that's the biggest thing, you feel me, knowing that you have put enough inside of you to really see, what you about, you feel me. So that
Mhm.
was me seeing what I'm about, like, so it was a good experience, you feel me.
Yeah,
It was a good experience because I would say it's a tough fight for your first fight, and I feel like them tough fights is what make you better. It's
yeah,
what makes you have more confidence to go forward,
yeah.
whatever like that. Because most of the time you're not gonna fight people bigger than you. You're gonna fight people in the same, especially if
Weight
it's a
class,
whatever,
right?
you're gonna fight people in the same weight class and things like that. So it was a confidence booster and things like that. So
Yeah.
it was cool. It was a cool experience. It was pretty dope.
All right. So, where do you see yourself landing? Like, where do you see yourself? How far do you see yourself going in boxing? Like, do you see yourself champion? Do you like how far do you see yourself going?
I'm gonna say yes. I see myself as a champion. Um, because all right, so God gave me a nickname. You know how people had nicknames and stuff like that, and it was
Yeah.
like God's champ. And I thought it was like, um, I was like, this is okay, whatever like that. But I started to I started to hear people just in general prophesy over me and say champ. You feel me? Champ, champ. A champ, whatever like that. You're gonna be a champ, like whatever like that. And I was like, that's just confirmation. You feel me?
Right.
Because that's what God told me. Like, it's a difference when God calls you champ. It's a totally different than the world calling you champ.
Yeah.
Like that's literally God stamping you. Like literally, like
Yeah.
you my champ. You feel me? And if you my champ, nobody can beat you. You feel me? I've already solidified you. Like you good.
Samson
You
in
feel
this
me?
second, boy.
So it's like basically as long as I put in the work, as long as I dedicate the time, yeah, I'll be up there,
Mhm.
whatever like that. And it's not for me to be like, yeah, whatever like that. But it's for me to let y'all know, hey, look, God, the reason why I'm up here. You feel me? If
Yeah,
I didn't have faith in God, then I would have a hard time. I would not be able to do what I'm doing now because the thing that held me back was fear. You feel
yeah,
me? But now I'm able to go against it. Like I'm able to, be like, nah, even though I may have some fear. That don't mean that stops me. Like
right.
I'm gonna have to get behind me saying, "Hey, it is what it is." You feel me? That
Yeah,
person across the ring got fear too. They don't know
facts,
who I am. They don't know what I got. They don't know nothing. You feel me? So there is some level of fear that goes
right,
into play, whatever like that. But it's what you choose to do. Hey, I'm choosing to go forward and see what you really about. And
right. Be
if
afraid,
you
but be
like,
obedient. Be
you feel
afraid,
me?
be obedient.
You feel me? If I know I'm supposed to be here, then it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Like, I had to do that. I had to do it. Yeah,
Right.
I told myself I have to fight in 2022. Even like when I had to stop, you feel me? When I had to I started training for like 3 months in the summer, and then I was about to have a fight. So I don't know if we actually picked a date or anything like that, but I ended up having to stop. It kind of got overwhelming with my schedule and just life and family stuff, just getting stuff in order. And then at that time, my foundation and God was kind of fuzzy because I had not been able to go to church and things like that
Hmm.
due to my work schedule. So that started to weigh on me, whatever like that. So with me coming back, my relationship with God was stronger, and I was able to, go to church. I was able to just get things in order.
Order, yeah.
It had more order, more structure, and things like that, and I was able to push myself more and not
Yeah,
have to worry about, all right, where's Genesis at, where's my wife at, where is everything okay, whatever like that. I was able to have things in place so that I could do what I had to do.
yeah,
So that was the biggest thing that helped me, and my wife, I give her kudos because like without her I wouldn't be able to get in the ring. You feel me? I wouldn't be able to do none of this, but like she really helps me out, and um really, and then her confidence that she has in me pushes me because she's like, I'm not worried about you, babe. I already know you're gonna do what you gonna handle your business, whatever like that. So people don't realize how important that is, but that's real
facts.
important. You feel me? For the one that really knows you to be like, hey, yeah,
Her words matter.
yeah, I
Facts.
ain't I ain't worried about you. I
Yeah,
know that you got this. You've been putting in a lot of work, and I know you got this. This is
yeah,
something that you love, something you dedicate yourself to. You got this. You feel
yeah,
me? So it was within that really encouraged me to do what I was supposed to do and
yeah.
things like that. But yeah.
All right. Last thing. So, if you could leave the people with one nugget from your whole experience up to this point, what would you tell them? What kind of encouragement would you give them?
One nugget? I got like 16. It's a 10-piece nugget. Um First of all, you're never too old. Um, and like you're never too old to do what you want to do. Like to do especially what God wants you to do. Let's just say that. You're never too old to do what God wants you to do. You know. And then just just keep pushing. Like there's gonna be times where you wanna quit. You know how many times I had to like put myself to like get myself together?
Yeah.
Like this junk is hard. I'm trying to tell people because everybody think this. I swear, like that's why I want to just be like, hey, look, all y'all, come to the
Come to
gym.
the gym. Yeah.
Hey, let me train y'all. Let me go take y'all through one workout and really see what this is. Like, cause this is totally different than anything you can imagine.
Yeah.
Whatever like that. So just like being able to bite down and just stay locked in. You
Yeah.
feel me? To just be able to be like, I'm not quitting. You feel me? No matter what you got, no matter what you throwing, I'm not stopping. You feel me? I'm relentless. You feel me? That's what the way we have to be towards the enemy. Relentless. We can't allow for the enemy to push us back.
Yeah.
We dictate where we going. We dictate what he do. You feel me? We bag him up. We don't bag up. You feel
Right.
me? So it's just a matter of just being conquerors, not just sitting back and just waiting for life to happen, but going to get it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Going to get it, not being comfortable, and just doing what God wants you to do. You feel me? When you do what God wants you to do, you're gonna see God hand move across your life like no other. You're gonna see people come to you and like it's just gonna be magnificent. You're gonna just see a lot. You're gonna see finances and all type of provision come because you chose to fight. You
Yeah.
chose to get in that ring and fight. M- me fighting, me fighting. Yeah, I'm fighting, but everybody is in a fight. You feel me?
Right.
So I think that's the reason why people like boxing. Like why you might get some casual people to come watch a fight because they realize, shoot, I fight too. I fight in this way. I have to fight in this
Mm-hmm.
way. So in a sense, it's somewhat of an encouragement to
Mm-hmm.
really push people to fight. Like you feel me? Like yeah, you're gonna have fear. Yeah, you're gonna have doubt, but you can't let that win. You
Right.
feel me? So I feel like that's the reason why certain people like, oh yeah, I watch this. You feel me? People come to me like, oh, you made me a fan of this, whatever like that, because in a sense it's like it's an adrenaline rush, and it's also like it's just y'all fighting. Like it's like, oh, like oh, shoot, get him, like you
Right.
know, and it ain't it's actual like organized. You feel me? It ain't fighting on the street. You feel me?
Right.
Fighting on the street,
Yeah.
guns come out, everything like that. But it's actually organized. Like y'all actually, this is what y'all supposed to be doing.
Right.
You feel me? And I'm just like, I'm just like, this is a cool job. So
He's talking about this is a cool job.
you telling me
I get
I
to
get
beat
to
up on
punch,
somebody
I get to punch people. You
for
feel me? I get to
money.
beat up on people. You know, get get paid to beat up on people. Cool. Of course, they gonna come try to come back with whatever they come back, but whatever. You
We
feel me?
ready.
So, yeah, so it's like, what? So you telling me if I'm angry or I'm a little frustrated, I can, take this
I can
out here?
punch this dude in the face.
You feel me? Like I can relieve this here and not have to let it run over to anything else. You feel me? So for me, it's medicine. You feel me? It's helpful. You feel me? I'll be like,
Right.
oh yeah, you know, whatever like that. And then what was the last thing I was gonna say? Oh yeah. What encouraged me was my grandma she got cancer,
Mm-hmm.
so she had pancreatic cancer, and um she was here and we were taking care of her for a couple months, like I want to say like 3 months, or I don't remember the time frame, but we were taking care of her, and I'm literally watching her battle cancer. And it was in that moment I did not go back to. I don't believe I went back to boxing yet, but I was about to go back to boxing. I
Mm-hmm.
was just trying to get everything in order. And that in that time frame, I had an itch like crazy, bro. I was like, I got to be in the gym. You feel me? So I still was able to train and stuff, but not go to the gym. I was able to train at home and things like that. But during that time, I realized like this is what you fighting for. You feel me? Like just seeing her, like I was just like, this is what you fighting for. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like it's bigger than that. It's bigger than what you think. You feel me?
Right.
And that gave me that encouragement to be like, man, people fighting
They lied.
cancer and all type of stuff. All I gotta do is fight homie over there. Oh, I got this. You feel me? Like that ain't nothing, you know?
Yeah,
So it just kind of put things in perspective for me. And I was like, and then I don't know, I was like, what would make people quit won't make me quit. Like
yeah. That's
what
it.
in a sense put people down won't put me down. Like it's just not in me. It's
Yeah,
just not in me. Like I can't, if I was a quitter, then I would have been quit. If I
right.
was a quitter, I would have never made it to this age. You feel me? If I didn't have that in me, I would not be here. You feel me? So I was like, nah, this is what I do. Like this
Yeah.
is who I am. You
So I've
feel
been
me?
fighting. Yeah.
You feel me? I've been fighting, being shoot. My sister came out. Me and my sister came out. I had to have surgery when I was a little baby. I had a hernia, whatever like that. My sister came out not breathing. Like so, like
Wow.
we been fighting. You feel me? So it was nothing. You feel me? I was like this is me in my natural habitat. You feel
Right.
me? Like
Yeah.
this is who I am. It's not something that I'm doing. It's literally who I am. And
Yeah.
it's a difference between it being something that you're doing and something that you are. If you
Yeah.
are that, then you gonna see certain things like, dang. But if you're just doing something, it's like that passion that you have is gonna be totally different if that's who you are. Like you just doing something and it being you is totally different. You know, so I just was like, this is me. This is me. You feel me? So it was that confident. I'm like, nah, this me. Like I'm supposed to be right here. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when you know where you supposed to be, it's the confidence that you get like no other. You know, when you know I'm in the right position. You
Yeah.
feel me? When you know I'm supposed to be right here, it makes you go to a whole different level. You
Yeah.
know, so
Yeah.
me seeing my grandma battling and then my dad also battling cancer and things like that, it was like, nah, this what you gotta do. You feel
Right.
me? They may not be able to fight for themselves, but you fight for them. And it's
Yeah.
funny because my grandma didn't want me to fight. She like boxing, of course, boxing, no, whatever. But my grandma, after my mom was watching the fight, because she wasn't able to make it because my grandma had a fall and stuff like that, so she had to go back and take care of her. So but she was watching it on Facebook or whatever like that, and then she had left the room, whatever like that, because my mama was getting whatever. So she had left the room. And my grandma like, let me see, like whatever like that. But when I came over there, she was like, she's like, I'm glad you good and everything, because I was gonna have to beat you up if you got beat up and stuff like that. So it was just funny to me, or whatever like that. So yeah, it was just cool, to be, I don't know, for people to see you in a light that they ain't seen you in. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like I feel like I kind of gained some respect from some people who was like kind of doubting me in a
Yeah.
sense, like not knowing whatever like that. So they was kind of like, oh, bro, about that. And then even
They got something.
one of the coaches, who he was in my corner. Uh, it's not my trainer, but my trainer. Basically a dude that has something to do with the program and
Yeah.
help us out and things like that. We help him out. Um, when the first time I've been up to the event, he was like, you fight or whatever. Like he was like, is this dude? He's like, he don't look like no fighter. He's like, he looks soft, like or whatever like that. He just
What?
talking junk or whatever like that. And it's funny because after the fight, he was giving me like, he was like, oh yeah, he was like, oh yeah, he can fight. Yeah, he can fight or whatever like that. But it was just funny to me because I was just like, yeah, I look tough, huh? Like your first time you see me, you was talking like, oh yeah, he's tough. He don't look like no fighter, you know. So I was just like, that's cool that yeah, I may not look the part, but
I play
I'm
it
about the
very
part for
well.
show. You
I
feel
play
me?
it very well.
And I just thought it was cool to kind of get that respect. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it
That's
was
dope.
cool to
That's dope.
see the fruits of your labor. Basically, you see the work that you put in, and
Yeah.
why you put it in. You feel me? That's the most beneficial thing. You feel me? To see, oh yeah, I put in this work and I was able to win. You know,
Yeah.
because I put in the work. So yeah.
Yeah. That's good, bro. Anything else you want to say before we close? Like,
I
yeah.
would just say, stay tuned. I'm gonna have more fights.
More fights.
For the
Plenty
people
more.
who for the people who weren't able to make it, I will have more fights, so y'all can be a part. For the people that were able to make it, y'all are dope, and I really appreciate y'all. And y'all don't realize how important it is for us fighters in general to feel that support. Thank you to my wife. Thank you to my daughter, all my homies, my
Chicken.
mom, everybody. So I just thank y'all, and we just thank y'all for just
20.
supporting us and everything that we do. Thank y'all for listening to the podcast. You don't have to, but we need y'all to listen to it more. We need y'all to like, share, comment, and just really help us to push this thing forward. We cannot do this without you.
Period.
We need you. We just truly thank God for just allowing us to have a platform, because
Facts.
and not everybody, you gotta think back in the day, they didn't have this, you
Facts.
know. So it's kind of more pressure on us to be able to spread this word, because if they was able to get this many people and they didn't have access to this, we should be able to get so many people's lives saved. So
Exponentially more. Yeah, for sure.
man, so um yeah, so it's just a humbling experience to
Yeah.
be able to share our thoughts, share what matters to us with you guys, and y'all actually want to hear it. So we just thank y'all for just coming to be a part. This episode 20, Barry Sanders. We talked about the fight. We had to, just talk about what was going on, what happened. You feel
We
me?
gonna we gonna dub this one. Can we dub this one the square circle?
Hey, come on, square circle, let's get it. Because everybody's in a fight, so just choose to fight on the right side, because that's what it's
Period.
about. When you're on the right side, you gonna win. Ain't no way you can lose. No weapon formed against you should prosper. You heard me. All right, that has been
Episode
episode
20.
20, and we are out of here, man.
Peace.
Much love.